bunch of quiet because he got that touchdown in the week 1 of the preseason. I was like, oh, he might get signed for the Patriots because he caught a touchdown and then he got hurt in like the second game.
A new era in Vulcan volleyball starts this fall as new head coach Audrey Emmerich leads her team for the 2024 season. Get your first look at the squad when they host the Vulcan Invitational on the weekend of September 13th and 14th. Following a non-conference game versus Walsh on September 26th, the PSAC schedule kicks into high gear with familiar foes such as Edinburgh, Seton Hill, Slippery Rock, and IUP. For up-to-date schedules and more, follow Cal Vulcans on social media and get live games and highlights at CUTV Sports 1 on YouTube and the PSAC Digital Network.
The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference celebrates the athletic and academic excellence of its student athletes. Last year, over 4,000 achieved at least a 3.25 GPA to earn recognition as a PSAC Scholar Athlete. Athletically, over 70 PSAC teams qualified for the NCAA championships. Champions on the field, champions in the classroom, making the PSAC proud.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
I was like, I remember I was there.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Phillipsburg Soccer Complex for CUTV's very first coverage of the 2024 school season. I am so excited to be here with you, and I'm excited to bring you a PSAC MEC matchup today between the California Vulcans and the Wheeling Cardinals. My name is John Sape. Alongside me here today is my good friend, former CUTV member, and now current Wheeling Cardinal graduate assistant, Peyton Trollinger.
Hello, John Sape. It is great to be back on the greatest PSAC network under IUP TV, CUTV.
Well, I don't know all about that, but nonetheless, I'm very excited to be back. I'm glad to have you here with me, and I'm glad to kick off the new school season, very first game here between the Cardinals and the Vulcans. We have some starting lineups as we get in the first few minutes of play. The Cardinals will be going from left to right in the all black, the Vulcans in the white going from right to left, but we do have the starting lineup for the Wheeling Cardinals.
All right, that is my cue. So on the defense, we have Alvaro Ivunov, number 4, Alex Yusufu, number 6, midfielder, Salem Mawelwa, number 10, Christian Rude, number 16, Andrew Gerbaldo for midfield as well, number 19, Jorgen Bjarkran, number 20, Aiden Gooley, number 24, Henry Falcon, number 27, Luis Bravo, number 30, Josh Trimbro, and in net, number 77, Daniel Delo.
And as soon as the game kicked off, a bit of a delay, as it seemed like there was a bit of a miscalculation with the clock, more time than I think they were adding the time instead of counting down, but the referee's blowing his whistle. We're back underway, and I can give you the Vulcan starting lineup in net for his first career game. Number 1, Kiernan Webb. In the defense, number 2, Josh Rifkin. Number 4, the captain, Paul Morelli. And number 12, Malachi Herndon. In the midfield, number 6, Arik Landau. Number 8, Aloy Velvai. Number 10, Colin Wojtovich. Number 16, Jaime Marcelo Espinoza. Number 18, Bellamy Cox Shakevich. Number 20, Roman Capucha. And number 21, Max Yotto. Rounding out the starting 11 here for the Vulcans, as the Cardinals booting it down the field after some early pressure by the Vulcans, and nice win in the midfield. Ball now at the feet of Velvehi. And the Vulcans just trying to maintain some possession here early on in the game. Both teams kind of struggling last year, just trying, not the greatest of seasons by either team, so trying to start off strong and kind of just shake off the end of last season and try to just start anew this year.
Yeah, that's right, Sape. Last year the Cardinals weren't great. They were super young, faced a lot of growing pains. 1-13-3 overall, not a single conference win in the MEC, going 0-11-3. Only win came against a non-conference game against Salem, 2-1 in favor of the Cardinals. However, just a year before that, in 2022, this Cardinals team did make the 2022 MEC tournament, picked up a win there, but other than that, they're still fighting. Sabe, what happened to Cal last year?
Yeah, Cal last year 4-13-1 on the season, so much like Wheeling, just one of those seasons where you just want to wipe it to the back of your mind and kind of get over it. In this matchup specifically, since 2008, the Vulcans are 6-2-1, but they haven't played in a while. Since 2018 was the last game that they played against each other. We come back, cross into the box. Rifkin with the left foot trying to play it across and cleared away by Wheeling. So the Vulcans with a ton of early pressure here early in this game so far.
Yeah, but they're really trying to put that pressure on the Cardinals and try to start off strong here on their home turf.
Yeah, and both teams maybe also looking to prove some coaches wrong, as the Vulcans in the annual coaches poll pegged to finish 5th in the PSAC West, while the Cardinals finished to pick 7th in the MEC. So both teams trending towards the bottom in terms of the coaches poll. So maybe have the opportunity today to, like I said, start off on the right foot and try to prove some people wrong, as the Vulcans with a nice combination there on the right side. And Some great defense, however, by the Cardinals, just swarming. I believe that was Espinoza there on the right-hand side, and it's going to go out for a Cardinal goal kick.
Yeah, Espinozo and Salem Mawelwa also working that far side. Veterans of this defensive core. Wheeling has a lot of young talent, especially up front, but the defenders that they have are pretty experienced with this team, so that is going to be a big anchor for this young Cardinal squad.
Yeah, the Vulcans throwing up 2 freshmen up top in Jaime Marcelo Espinoza and Max Iotto, both freshmen coming into the starting up top for the Vulcans, with another freshman in behind them in number 8, Eloy Velvahi. So a lot of youth towards the front end of the pitch there for the Vulcans, as looks like, I believe it was Wojtovich got fouled on the far side, winning the Vulcans a free kick.
Looking like who is going to take that free kick, trying to peer through the eyes right there. It's going to be number 8, Eloy Velvia. Going to send it back instead, try to regroup and pick this Cardinal team apart.
Yeah, both teams just trying to feel each other out and not taking any early chances so far in this game. Like you said, it's the first game of the season for both teams, so just finally after a ton of preseason, just trying to get that rust off in that first game. Is so far a couple of sloppy passes from both sides, just trying to unlock the defense, and that was almost a great ball on the far side by Herndon, but great defensive read on the back end. I believe it was Yusufu for the Cardinals.
And as I said, Sape, this is a veteran defensive core for the Cardinals, and they're going to be relying on it heavily.
The Vulcans so far with the line share possession to start this game, but possession doesn't always mean everything's going well. The Vulcans need to get the possession in some key areas and force all the way back to their keeper. And their keeper under some pressure loses the ball, trying to go down for it, can't pick it up, and bouncing all around and whacked into the box by Yuli. And that one's going to go out for a goal kick. So Kieran Webb, in his first career start here for the Vulcans, got away with one there.
And talk about that offensive pressure. And Christian Rude, number 10, he's listed as a defenseman, but he's playing up this game. And he did a great job getting in the box, and it looked like the chance was just going to be over, that he was just going to cover it up. But he stayed with it, got that ball loose, and almost was 1-0 Wheeling.
Wheeling doing a great job at forcing a press on the Vulcans, and the Vulcans unable to play out cleanly from their own end. So even though the Vulcans had the line share of the possession so far in the opening 12 minutes or so, Wheeling starting to grow into the game just a little bit.
What a keep by Falcone here on this near side. Matching up against Velvai.
Crossfield ball cut out by Wojtovich, but going to end up at the feet of the Vulcans up front, and Rifkin just not able to keep it in. That one just went out of bounds, and the Vulcans just trying to alleviate some pressure here, because ever so slowly it seems like Wheeling will be able to crawl up the field just a little bit more, just trying to pin the Vulcans back deeper and deeper, and California just trying to give the defense some breathing room so far, but a nice pressure there allows the Vulcans to win the ball in midfield and try to go the other way.
And the Cardinals got a quick pass up to Bravo, and a great read by the Vulcan midfielders to send 2 on him, not just 1. They sent 2 on him, really put the pressure on him, and now it's going to be a free kick for them.
Yeah, this was a chance for the Vulcans to just try to calm yourself down, just be a little bit more composed, and just try to work your way up the field, apply the pressure to Wheeling. But once again, the Vulcans forced all the way back to Webb in net. Webb one touch, able to get that one out, a nice pass, able to just split a couple of lines of defense, and the Vulcans maintain possession. Rifkin Ball got cut under his feet a little bit, going back to the defense, and the Vulcans just try to work it now to the other side of the field.
Great pick off by the Cardinals, and they're going to try to make a chance off this.
Garbaldo now down the left-hand side, running into a wall of Vulcan defenders, 3 or 4 around him. Nice spin to get away from a few of them, but it's Wojtovich again coming back when the team needs him, but got a little too cute with the ball, loses it, crossed into the box, cleared away by Morelli. Second header away by the Vulcans, and the Vulcans trying to scramble and clear their lines, but the Cardinals continued to attack. A floated ball towards the back post, and that header just always trailing away. Garbaldo unable to connect clean with that one. The Vulcans with a goal kick.
You got to hand it to this Wheeling team. They are very aggressive in this opening 10 minutes of this game. They've been pinning the Vulcans back and really trying. California's just been playing defense this entire time. You know, the Cardinals, they've been getting that ball and seeing it, getting the better touches, and they're making California turn over a lot.
Yeah, every time the Vulcans have the ball in their own end, Wheeling are looking to press. It looks like they're going to something of a 4-2-4 type of formation where they just have 4 forwards just sprung up the field, doing everything that they can to suffocate the Vulcans and just try to win the ball back in some good areas. And California have been doing everything they can to just try to clear their lines. And a foul just past the midfield mark, and that time Wojtovich caught in a tussle and is going to bring down a Cardinal free kick Wheeling, and now Wheeling quickly the other way, and referee claims that's a clean ball won by the Vulcans, and California get away with another one as they're able to get it up the field a little bit.
Turn and go for the Cardinals on the far side. That's going to roll out of bounds. Another goal kick for California.
It's been a cagey opening 10 minutes or so where it seems like both teams still just trying to find their footing in the game, not quite sure how they want to play. And you see the Vulcans are maybe not giving up, but just trying to go an alternate route instead of playing out from the back, going long. And so far it works as Wojtovich is able to win a free kick on the far side. The Vulcans just cleared the ball up the field, and there's a nice header won by Yotto, I believe, up front. And the Vulcans have a free kick in a pretty dangerous area right outside the box.
That's just what I was about to say. That was a beautiful header by Yotto, and Wojtovich got it. He does what he does best. He uses that speed of his. He's not the tallest, but it doesn't matter because he's got wheels, and he was able to take advantage of the foul play by the Cardinals and a free kick coming up.
Yeah, they got Vulcans bringing up a couple of members, one of them being Paul Morelli, the captain, 6'4", standing in the box. Going to be someone that the Vulcans try to play this into, but the Vulcans go short, quickly taken, and the shot gone astray. That time it was Bellamy Cox Shakevich trying to make the effort with the left foot, but that one went high and out of play.
And the thing with soccer is that, you know, I don't watch it too much, but from what you can observe, there aren't too many chances. It's just it's a very strategic game, and you know, if there's one mistake, the other team's going to take advantage of it, and when you get those opportunities, you can't miss, just like there. But here's an opportunity for the Cardinals back the other way, and no call there.
Yeah, no foul. It's Morelli. That was Morelli and Garbaldo going shoulder to shoulder, and the referee telling Garbaldo to get up. So a decent defensive recovery by Morelli there at the end, because Garbaldo had a decent lane, but Morelli able to get back and defend and prevent the Vulcans from potentially being one down once again.
And they got to be careful here. You know, California's trying to get some offense here, but they can't neglect the defense because this Cardinals team is looking dangerous.
32-24 left to go here in the first half. So far the score remains 0-0, and seems like so far maybe some spry chances from either team. No one really looking to take one quite yet as the Vulcans try to break the lines. A nice layoff, but Rifkin's pass just hospital ball straight across the field, one back inside their own half by Wheeling, and now the Cardinals trying to work their way through the Vulcan defense. And
it's Trimbrell sending it off on the far side.
Cross into the box, one touch, trying to get around the defender. Morelli with another great defensive effort, just doing enough to knock him off the ball, and Webb able to come out and collect. It was Rude that was in the box that time with that chance for Wheeling. And like we said, so far it seems like Wheeling, after the first 5-6 minutes or so, have really gotten a foothold in this game, have been putting the pressure on the Vulcans. It's on California to try to do something like this, break the lines, and Morelli just trying to find his teammate on the far side in Espinosa, and Espinosa gets knocked down to the ground in a tussle with Yusufu, but no call once again.
Hey, but that was just like that play on I believe that was Morelli of California taking off that lane. It's that pursuit. It's all about the angles, and that's exactly what Yusufu did. He saw the angle, put his body in front of his, and just happened to take him down. But got to admire the defensive play by the Cardinals.
Vulcans on the far side. Wojtovich just trying to break out of his own half here for California. And it looks like the ball went out of play. Wojtovich wanted the free kick, but it's going to get knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be a Wheeling throw. Cardinals take it quickly. It's Wojtovich again with the defensive efforts. Knocks it out for the game's first corner.
So it looks like who's taking this for Wheeling? Looks like number 18. Nope, that's not right.
I believe it is number 16, Gerbaldo. The right foot in swinger. A line set up right around the penalty spot. Gerbaldo's corner in. His corner one. And the ball finds its way into the back of the net for Wheeling. And just like that, the Cardinals have been piling on the pressure over and over again in an unmarked header right in the middle of the box, and the Cardinals find themselves up 1-0.
That was a beautiful header, trying to get the number here, but a terrific execution on the corner. That's exactly how you draw it up, and just taking advantage of the header. That looks like number 19. That is Jorgen Bjarkran. And it's what you want to do. Like I said, how you draw it up in practice, and that's a happy Wheeling Cardinal sideline now.
Bjarkran, the sophomore out of Skedmoskerset in Norway, getting the Cardinals on the board first here in today's contest. 29:30 left to go in the first half. And that's something that the Vulcans, in the games that we did last year, they really capitalized on, was on the offensive side, scoring the free kicks and corners because they had just such big bodies in the box. But that's something when you're a team looking to just kind of build up from the top, just trying to have a nice start to your season, is kind of having that mental lapse on the defensive side where you just don't pick up a body and you give up a free header, and that's about as easy as a corner as you want if you're Wheeling.
And Bjarkran got some jumps on that one too. He really showed off the vertical.
Espinosa now on the ball. His shot blocked and knocked away after a decent couple of touches in and around the box, and the Cardinals trying to break free down the far side, but the Vulcans in hot pursuit able to kind of slow them up and win the ball back. Morelli. Back to Webb. Capucha now on the near side. Wheeling just doing a great job at just cutting off the passing outlets, just not letting the Vulcans get any free balls up the field, just trying to contain them, and California has to resort to going long, and going long doesn't always mean the most accurate passes, and Wheeling wins it back, and Wheeling wins a free kick inside the Vulcan half of the field.
And this could be pretty dangerous. I mean, it's not the most optimal spot, but it's about halfway between the goal and the midfield, so a lot of things can happen for Wheeling if they play this right.
Yeah, like you said, not super close, but Wheeling willing to send a couple bodies forward, maybe try to find a head, and like they just did.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot talk today. Try to put one in the back of the net. Wheeling free kick, line drive, and Wojtovich able to stomach that one.
And I mean, I said he's not the tallest guy out there, but he can play like it. He's fast. He's relentless.
He's just like a hound. He's 5'6", but will run after you every day of the week. But Wheeling, half cross, half shot attempt as they were able to find their way into the box once again. That one goes out of play.
Just run off by the Vulcan defense, and honestly, that's probably best case scenario if you're the Vulcans. You know, just make the opponent not able to get a clear shot and just kicks it out, and then you get it back and you can try to get it out of your zone like they're trying to do now.
Yeah, it seems like Wheeling are really content with allowing California to just have the possession, but they're able to pinch it off in the right moments as Espinosa now into the Cardinal half, trying to find Wojtovich. Ball cleared and won away by Wheeling, and scrap forward in the midfield. California able to win it back once again, and the Vulcans just trying to find any sort of breakthrough. Wojtovich nearly gets brought down to the ground and able to stumble and stay on his feet. And it's going to be this guy, Morelli. Morelli, even though he's playing the defense, one of the better passers on this team, able to just, we've seen it a lot where the Vulcans just kind of send it up the field, and Morelli really good at just playing some very accurate passes from very deep in the field.
Yeah, he is everywhere. Everywhere I look, he's making scoring chances. He's back trying to help the defense. He really is a team player and leads by example on the field.
A bit of frustration there from Velvay as they just sing the praises of Morelli's passing that time. Not the most accurate, and Velvay can't quite keep it in.
Hey, even the stars have their mess ups here and there.
That time Rifkin putting in a strong foot, but Wheeling winning another throw-in here in the Vulcan side. And 24:47 left here in the first half of play. Wheeling up 1-0 after the header by Bjarkran gave the Cardinals the lead, and so far they haven't seemed to let up quite yet as Yusufu working his way up the field and just brought down. I mean, that guy, 6'3", he's huge, and you can see he was taking strides that were 6-7 feet wide. Like every single step he's taking, he's making significant progress up the field.
A little slow to get up. Looks like he's going to get up on his own power, though, in a little bit of pain, but Cardinals better hope he's going to be all right because he has been extremely active on the back end for them.
Yeah, you can understand why the Vulcans had to bring him down because he was making light work. I mean, I don't know what his 40 time is, but he made his way up the field with the ball in like 2 seconds. He went like 30 yards. So looks like Wheeling are going to send him into the box to try to get his head on this free kick. It's going to be Ivanov on the free kick now for the Cardinals. Into the box, headed away by Morelli. Second chance, ball falls to the feet of the Vulcans, and the Vulcans able to clear.
That was a crucial clear by California. Great job by that defense.
You always talked about whenever I played soccer, it was sometimes it's not always about the first ball. Whether you win or not, it's always about getting rid of the second ball because the second ball is much more dangerous just because it's usually in and around the legs, and if it just finds someone's foot, it can end up in the back of the net. So the Vulcans, like you said, doing a great job at identifying that, able to just get it under control and able to get it down the field.
Dello kicks it down the field, about midfield. Cardinals control and whistle.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to penalize Yuli there, as they're going to say he handled the ball with his arm to maintain possession there in the midfield. Free kick for California. And the Vulcans waiting for the return whistle to see if they can get the free kick underway. Morelli. Nice clip ball, trying to find Wojtovic over the top, and Wojtovic able to get there and keep it in. Vulcan trying to send a couple people in the box. Wojtovic trying to work his way around, and not one but two defenders able to shield him off the ball. It's going to go out for a Wheeling goal kick.
That was just great defense by the Cardinals. You know, they know the speed of Wojtovic. They know he's very slick and can work his way around defenders, and they took all that space away from him. And a great play defensively by the Cardinals.
Yeah, and they know he wants to get it on the right foot to cross it in, so kind of giving him the inside a little bit more, but just making sure that they have coverage there on the back end to make sure that he isn't able to get around them and send it in on the right foot. Looks like Dello setting everyone up. It's a long goal kick. Won by the Cardinals.
Great header.
Now looking to attack California. It seems like every time the Vulcans are able to alleviate some pressure and maybe maintain a little bit of possession in the Cardinals' end, the Cardinals were able to just grasp control right back, and Herndon thrown to the ground that time by Yuli. Vulcan free kick. 20:34 left to play here in the first half. Cardinals up 1-0. Rifkin. Kokshakevich back to Webb. Webb trying to clear it out and able to find Espinosa. Espinosa with a bit of a wayward touch. Ends up back at the feet of the Cardinals. Clip ball over the top. Brought in down on the far side. Wheeling cross into the box. It goes through everyone, and no one able to get a touch on that one as it goes out for a goal kick. But a nice bit of play on the far side and a good cross in.
Yeah, you know Wheeling's looking up to the sky right there. That was a golden opportunity. As you said, went through literally everybody. Wide open opportunity in the net, and no one's there to bury it home. So you know the Cardinals are going to try to keep sending bodies to that back side of the net.
I believe it was Garbaldo with a great play and the cross on the far side. Rifkin losing control. His teammates have his back, but the give-and-go opportunity just not quite there as he sends that one out of play, just trying to find Falvey.
Can hear the communication on the field, a bunch of yelling, but as long as they're able to hear it, that's all that matters. A lot of different languages as well.
Herndon brought down again in the middle of the field, and the Vulcans have a chance to work their way up the field. And like you said, all sorts of languages from all over the world, too, not just what you would stereotypically think, like South America. There's a ton all throughout Europe, Africa as well. Just a great culmination of everywhere in the world. Cross into the box, still headed, and the Cardinals haven't cleared it quite yet.
That's just going to be a throw-in, but it's a good decision by the Cardinals. Force that out on the sidelines. Not quite the corner just yet, but and the goalkeeper's going to fall on top of that one, and Wheeling lives to tell the tale.
Yeah, a bit of a waste that time as it Like you said, the cross was cleared, but it seemed like the Vulcans had a chance to maybe try to get some sort of long throw and maybe use it as a pseudo set piece and just try to send some bodies forward. But smart keeping by Dello, able to come out, collect. The Vulcans now trying to apply a bit of pressure on their own, and Dello trying to prevent the goal kick. And I think he just did, as he was able to clear that one out into the corner. And the Vulcans with the throw deep inside of the Cardinal territory. Cardinals able to clear, but Morelli able to regain possession for California inside the Cardinal half. So the Vulcans trying to capitalize on this spell of pressure here. 17-14 left to go in the first half.
It's really the first time all game that they've had extended time in the zone. So they're trying to take advantage of it.
Nice ball won by Yotto. Landau there on the far side, winning a free kick for California. And again, this is an opportunity like we just saw with Wheeling, where it's not really in the best spot, but maybe an opportunity for California to send a couple of bodies forward to just try to pick out on the end of a cross. It's going to be Landau with the left to send it into the box for California.
Long kick there.
Herndon able to win the header, ball falling, and the shot. Shot by Velvahi. Looks like it maybe hit off an arm of a Cardinal player, but the referee saying I believe it was Yusufu's arm was in a natural position, so it's not going to be a handball. So a big opportunity there for California, as it looks like a trio of substitutes for Wheeling are waiting to come in.
We're looking at number 8, number 5. Nope, I think looks like 15. And trying to get the last number here. My apologies.
And then one of them, we got 38-25.
Number 8.
So Antonio O'Hara, Blackwood, and Rocco Latrenta, two of the players come onto the field.
And then that last one was number 8, and that is Adani Oinesa. No call there.
A strong tackle by the Vulcans, able to win that one back. Ball forward, brought down by Yotto, trying to keep it in play.
Great job.
The Vulcans now looking to swarm. Sufu under some pressure, nice. Step over, playing it back to Delo. The Vulcans just trying to take up the pressure a little bit, playing a little bit passively over the past 10-15 minutes, just trying to turn it up a bit more, as there's just under 15 minutes left to go here in the first half. It's so important if you can bring it back to level at the end of the before the end of the first half, how much of a different outlook that game has. Is Vulcan's able to get to the byline, and the cross, a bit unfortunate for California, as Yusufu kicks it straight into the face of Yotto out of play.
And, those are those types of play. He didn't mean to do that, but, he's just playing the game. That's all they're doing. They're just playing a game at the end of the day, trying to do the best for their respective clubs, but a goal kick coming up for the Cards.
And California are ready to jump on the Cardinals if they play short, as both strikers were standing straight right outside the box. Morelli able to win it back for the Vulcans. Rifkin in the middle of the field and just overcooked the ball too much, but the goalkeeper couldn't call him off, and the header cleared away, and looks like it's going to come off of Wojtowicz out of play, looking for another foul there on the far side.
Yeah, these refs they're they're letting them run into each other a little bit, letting them play a little physical. A little physicality is nice. You don't want to see or hear a whistle every single time there's some contact, but you got to call what you got to call.
Yeah, Yotto. I called for the offside there. Wheeling now with possession. And the Cardinals, I said, you've seen a couple different sides of them so far where they've been really able to turn it on, and when they were able to get that goal, they were really suffocating the Vulcans here on their own side, but we've also seen them be able to just be pretty lax, allow the Vulcans to have some possession, and have been able to soak up the pressure, and hasn't been that much of a problem for the Cardinals, as the Vulcans really haven't had a clear sight of the net quite yet.
And it all goes back to that veteran defense. I mentioned it earlier at the start of this game. Out of this defense, Ivanov, senior, Yusufu, you'd think he's a senior. He's a redshirt freshman. Mawawa, he's a senior. Christian Rude, he's listed as a defense. He's really playing striker, but he's a senior. This is a experienced group of gentlemen on the pitch today for Wheeling.
The Vulcans just trying to apply some pressure, and a bit of an odd free kick won by the Vulcans, and maybe a more favorable spot than the last couple. A duo of 3 substitutions waiting on the far side, 2 for California, 1 for Wheeling, but looks like they're all going to be held off until after this free kick here for California. You see a trio of players residing over top of the ball for California, just trying to talk it out, figure out what they're going to do with it. And it was Velvey leaving and sending it into the box, and a nice strong punch away by Dello, able to clear the danger for Wheeling, as now those substitutions are going to make their way on the field. Looks like California are going to make even more than the originally planned 2. It now looks like it's going to be 4 substitutions for Cal.
Wasn't able to catch those last 2, but the other one coming in for Wheeling, the lone sub for Wheeling, Alonzo Martinez coming in, but for Cal, I saw number 26, Mauricio Montenegro Flores, and number 11, which would be Shiko Ichimiya.
Ichimiya with an early touch as Herndon with the right foot into the box, landing at the feet of the Vulcans, and the shot just wide, as it was Morelli, the defender up there, swinging it with the left boot, and that one just outside of the left post. And the Vulcans nearly able to crack the code right there.
The senior defenseman, he's been all over the field. We said it earlier, but, man, when he's in that box, he's got a boot, and the Cardinals are going to have to do a better job getting on him and making sure he doesn't get that good of a chance next time, because he might not miss. Another sub coming on for the Cards, number 11, Jordan Taylor, freshman from Jeanette, Pennsylvania, a little bit more local.
Yeah, it's strange to see everyone, it seems like, on both teams. Not a lot of local lads, and then see a few, like you said, from Jeanette. I know the Vulcans with Wojtowicz from Charleroi. Just you got a couple out there where it's like they're coming from all across the world to come play soccer here, and then sprinkling a couple of local lads as well. So we're now under 9.5 to go here in the first half. The Vulcans just trying to make some things interesting. Number 22 also in the game for California, Corey McCoy, deployed up top. A bit more physical, 6'3" striker up there to replenish the attack for the Vulcans. They still find themselves 1 down here in the first half. It's McCoy now on the ball. McCoy going to be called for being offside. Came over and back, and it looks like maybe could have been a promising attack for California. going to fizzle out.
But you got to hand it to them. They've been playing a lot more in Wheeling zone than what they originally started off as. But on the same token, Wheeling has done a great job at letting them get in the zone, but also keeping their composure, not getting all frazzled, making sure they got their assignments, and making sure they don't have too good of a scoring opportunity.
And I believe the final substitution for the Vulcans, as we figured out, is number 27, Cooper Robson. So it seems like the entire attack for the Vulcans, both outside wingers and both strikers, being substituted out for California as they try to get that just some time off the bench and just try to go against the tired legs maybe of the Cardinals. But so far they haven't been able to do so quite yet.
Just under 8 minutes now to play. Time winding down slowly but surely. Oh. Great header on that one by Jordan Taylor. Falls to the ground and kicked by the fresh goalkeeper.
Yeah, Webb's clearance up the field ends up at the feet of the Cardinals, who, like we said, every time it seems like the Vulcans are able to string a few passes together, just can't quite put on the better touches inside of the Cardinals' half to just string it all together. The Cardinals just seem to win it back every time. It's Taylor now trying to send that one through, cleared away by the Vulcans, and kind of a scramble for there on the far side, and still ends up with Taylor and the Cardinals going forward. As Taylor doing a great job of just shielding some players off, but kind of took too big of a touch and maybe trying to have a hack at the Vulcan defender who's able to shield him away for a goal kick.
Yeah, he was doing a really good job shielding that ball, like you said, but I think he was trying to see if the California players were going to try to reach in between his legs, kick it out, and get a quick throw in, but that was not the case. They played very smart, and a goal kick for Webb yet again. He's sending them deep.
That one too tall for McCoy. Ends up at the feet of Herndon, and Herndon surrounded by a few. The ball cleared straight back down the field, and it's easy as you like for Webb, who trying to deploy the ball quickly and get the Vulcans going the other way. I mean, time's taken here in the first half, just about to cross the 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. McCoy.
But and whenever, it really doesn't matter the sport. As the time starts ticking down, that's when it gets even more intense. So Cardinals have been playing very well defensively, but they better sharpen up more now than ever.
That time, the ball from Velvahi just trying to find Montenegro in open space, but just a little bit too much for Montenegro Flores there on the far side. We've seen the Vulcans make some good passes, make some good plays, but once again, it's just the finishing touches there in the attacking third of the field just haven't quite been there yet for California. McCoy doing a good job fighting for it. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of help over there, just surrounded by 3, 4, 5 defenders for Wheeling, and just trying to do everything he can to manufacture himself a bit of space.
Yeah, you got to admire the work ethic of these Vulcan strikers and trying to do everything they can to get past these walls of black jerseys.
Yeah, I've been on both ends of it, where if you're a forward in a game where you're not getting a lot of help, it's miserable. You're doing everything you can. As that pass towards McCoy, nearly able to get there to him. But a good defensive clearance.
Yeah, great defensive clearance by Ivanov. And there's a yellow card on Henry Falcon, sophomore from Venezuela.
Yeah, and seeing as it wasn't anything to do with on the field, I think he had a couple of choice words for today's referee, and he's going to get a yellow card, I believe, for dissent. That'll stop the clock with 4:24 remaining, and it's going to be Herndon taking the throw in, and Herndon has a long throw, so the Vulcans, I guess they're going to use this kind of like a set piece into the box. finally cleared away, and the referee.
It looks like he might have stepped in play as he was throwing that in, John.
Yeah, the referee on the near side, initialed some sort of infraction. Like he said, either stepped onto the field or picked up his foot on the throw. So it's going to be a foul throw from the Vulcans, who, once again, can't really capitalize on any sort of opportunity they have. I mean, even though it wasn't really much of one, they haven't been able to manufacture many themselves, though.
Honestly, that can be a momentum killer. You know, Wheeling just got that yellow card. They were in a really good position with the throw in and crosses the line as he throws in, and they just got it back now, but you got to wonder if they're going to rebound.
Header one, and Yusufu able to clear it for the Cardinals. A straightward touch. That time by Ichimiya. Sends it out of play from California. Looking at some of the stats so far, the Vulcans have 5 shots in this game compared to only the 1 from Wheeling. But both teams only have 1 on target, and Wheeling have the one that matters because they had the one that has found the back of the net. So I'm sure if you're Wheeling, you're happy to just let California continue to do what they're doing, because it seems like they've had a couple of opportunities, but they haven't really had any good concrete ones where you wouldn't be too happy to give up. As that time, number 27 for California, Cooper Robson, going to get called for the dangerous play by getting his foot in and around the face of Yusufu.
And, you know, I'm sure Coach Regan would love to see these Cardinals maybe get a few more shots, but, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you're gonna play this solid defensively and just take away those passing lanes, take away the shot lanes for, you know, your opposition, and you're able to become efficient in the offensive zone, does it really matter how many shots you have?
Oh, cross into the box, and nearly a wonder strike there by Wheeling.
Almost a highlight reel play by Antonio Hara Blackwood.
Almost able to manufacture something out of nothing there. But like you said, Wheeling have already done their job. They got the goal. So it's the onus on California is to bring the play to them to try to claw themselves back in the game. And Wheeling don't really have to do anything besides defend well and do what they've been doing so far, which is not giving the Vulcans any good chances.
And, you know, they would definitely like to have more of a cushion. You know, they would want to get that second goal, but that's not their main priority right now. Like you said, they really just need to wait for California to come in their zone. And great send as we approach that 1 minute mark of the first half.
Yeah, that time Jamia able to be on the receiving end of a pass from Morelli as we're now under 1 minute to go in the first half. And Herndon up to throw once again here for California, and the Vulcans sending all of the bodies forward. Herndon's throw towards the middle of the box, landing down in a bit of an awkward, and it looks like one of the Vulcans just tried to raise their hand maybe for an infraction, but the Vulcans able to try to keep possession here in their own half. So it was Montenegro Flores just getting ran up on by a Cardinal player and has to send it out for a Cardinal throw, and the Cardinals defend another chance by the Vulcans.
15 seconds to play, and Cardinals are just going to wait this one out as long as they can.
8, 7, 6.
Cardinals maybe with one more opportunity. 5 seconds left in the box. Need to get a shot up quickly. The ball rolls across the middle of the box. And it was Alonso Martinez nearly with a chance to score. And it looks like that will be the end of the first half here at the Phillipsburg Soccer Complex. The Wheeling Cardinals won, California nothing. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for the second half here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network.
starts this fall as new head coach Audrey Emmerich leads her team for the 2024 season. Get your first look at the squad when they host the Vulcan Invitational on the weekend of September 13th and 14th. Following a non-conference game versus Walsh on September 26th, the PSAC schedule kicks into high gear with familiar foes such as Edinburgh, Seton Hill, Slippery Rock, and IUP. For up-to-date schedules and more, follow Cal Vulcans on social media and get live games and highlights at CUTV Sports 1 on YouTube and the PSAC Digital Network.
The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference celebrates the athletic and academic excellence of its student athletes. Last year, over 4,000 achieved at least a 3.25 GPA to earn recognition as a PSAC Scholar Athlete. Athletically, over 70 PSAC teams qualified for the NCAA championships. Champions on the field, champions in the classroom, making the PSAC proud.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Phillipsburg Soccer Complex as we get ready to begin the second half in this MEC PSAC matchup between the Cardinals of Wheeling and the Vulcans of California. In that first half, won by the Cardinals as they're up 1-0 after 45 minutes of play. And so far, it's really been all Wheeling as it seems so far.
Well, if you take a look at the stat sheet, you would think the opposite because California has been getting all the shots in, but Wheeling has just played such a complete game up to this point. They've been so sound defensively, just canceling out, just interrupting all those passing lanes, all the shooting lanes, and they've just been all over the field, passing around, making really good passes as well. And they really haven't had to get in the offensive zone except for that first maybe 10 minutes or so. And they got the goal by Bjarkran, and that was really it.
Yeah, in that first half, the Vulcans, 5 shots, only the 1 on target. And Wheeling, one shot on target, 1 goal. I mean, that's clinical as you want to be. And so far, that's all they've really needed to do because the Vulcans, even though they've had a couple more shots, have really not tested Dello and the Cardinals defense so far. So it's in this last 45 minutes, it's going to be all California to see if they're able to kind of bring it to them and see if they can get themselves a goal back. And if you're willing, like I said, you're comfortable. Maybe like you said earlier, you'd want to pick up a second goal just to try to give yourself an even bigger cushion. But with how California's played so far, it seems like Wheeling don't really need it.
They really don't. They've had California's number all game. And that one shot they did have, it looked a little scary, but their real big target. They just got to watch Morelli. I mean, Morelli is the heart and soul of this California team. He is making chances everywhere in the back end, the midfield, the forward core. He has been all over the field. So if Wheeling wants to coast along in this next 45 minutes, they're going to have to really shut him down.
And Wheeling have a pretty jam-packed schedule up ahead. Game in 3 days versus Charleston, and then 3 days later versus West Virginia Wesleyan, and then 3 games on the road after that, 3 days later at Shepherd, and then a 4-day break, and then they're at Point Park, and then 4 days later they're at Concord before on the 25th, hosting Salem. So 6 games in the next 20 days for Wheeling. So we got to, like you said, it's always nice to start the season off on the right foot. If you're the Cardinals, it's nice to get, at least if you're them right now, if you can hold this out, a big win to start the season where before you don't really have any time to think about it because you got 6 games in the next just under 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I'm looking at your notes, and California's got a little bit of a jam schedule, too. They got a game on the 10th. What is that, Deauville?
Deauville, and then at Lock Haven, at West Lib for hosting Virginia State, and then they're at Malone, Ohio, and then they're hosting Westchester on the 28th. So the Vulcans, a little bit more spread out, have a couple more days after today's game before they face off against Deauville, but second half underway for California. But like we talked about, both teams kind of pegged to finish near the bottom of their respective conferences, and both teams trying to get their season started on the right foot. So far, it's Wheeling holding that crown right now. It's Herndon losing possession of the ball in the midfield, and Rifkin able to win it back and clipping it down into the corner, but just out of bounds and just too far away for the Vulcans to keep in.
And Vulcan striker goes down, and looks like the ref is just saying, you got to shake it off, bud. You got to stand up.
And that was Marcelo Espinosa. Jaime Marcelo Espinosa getting knocked to the ground after it looked like it was a trip. It was more just like a collision of the feet between a couple of players there. And like you said, no call. The Vulcans told to get up, and it's going to be a goal kick for Dello.
And how about that save that he made when California, that one shot that they had, that was a heck of a save. And that wasn't even in close. I'm pretty sure that was just a free kick from the outside of the box, and Dello had to make a diving save across his crease, and that's all about timing. It looks a little easy from just our vantage point from the crowds, but I mean, like I said, that's timing and just pure skill.
Yeah, he came out, made a nice strong punch to get it away, and that just great job at commanding his own areas. Ball cleared up the field by the Vulcans. Header won, and by Espinosa, it's going to be Yotto now trying to dribble through a few. Brought down in a pretty decent area here for the Vulcans with a free kick. And we've seen them a couple times in this position. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be Velvey on the free kick for California as the referee blows the whistle. There's a couple of the words exchanged between a few members of either team and the referee just trying to calm things down here. We already saw the one yellow card for dissent earlier on, so just trying to get the players under control a little bit more.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe that yellow card was given to Bravo, and he's the one that's running his mouth a little bit down there. So he's better watch what he's saying. He's on thin ice, buddy.
The Vulcans is trying to ask for 10 yards here as the referee has moved the spot of the free kick back a little bit more. So maybe not as direct on, so you wouldn't likely see a shot from this position, but moving it out a little bit wider gives the Vulcans maybe a better angle to cross the ball in. It's going to cross into the box, straight into the hands of Dello. Not a lot of height on that one by Velvey. And that's when, if you're the Vulcans, maybe you slow down a little bit and you want to have that one back, because if you're able to just float a ball decently into the box there, you have the players to go up there and win it. And that time, Velvey didn't really give him a chance. Once again, the Vulcans out of the gates, applying a bit of pressure, just working their way nicely up the field of Wheeling. Throw in by the Vulcans deep inside of the Wheeling half, and they're able to keep it in play after a bit of a tussle. And Yotto just thrown to the ground, with the Vulcans able to maintain possession, and Morelli forced all the way back to Webb and net.
Dangerous pass there, but he was able to get it out, or at least we thought so. And a couple players going down for either squad, a little tussle.
Yeah, that was Capucha getting ripped to the ground. I think once again it was Bravo, so something to keep an eye on in this half. Sitkovich trying to find an angle. Morelli just doing enough to clear it away, but able to find a man for the Vulcans, and Espinosa able to just dribble a little bit, relieve the Vulcans of some pressure, and the California now attacking 3-on-3 the other way. Wojtovich trying to play a bit of a 1-2 with the pass back towards Yotto, just a little bit too much on it, and Delaware was able to come out and collect. Nice bit of skill by Gribaldo, able to work his way down this left-hand side. Getting pulled back and fouled. A free kick won by the Cardinals, but Gribaldo able to just hold on to the ball quite well there and able to alleviate some pressure and work his team up the field.
Yeah, Wojtovich was on his case the entire time, and he's very, very skilled player, but he likes to get a little handsy whenever he's on those one-on-one situations. But he's had a good game so far as well. But he'll surrender the free kick to Wheeling, and it's a deep one.
Even off, just trying to float it in there, but a little bit too straight on. And it's easy for Webb to come out and pull in. Wheeling looking to send the pressure the Vulcans' way, and the California maybe lucked themselves out as they were able to pass it off a Wheeling player and able to send that one out for a goal kick. But Wheeling, after letting the Vulcans have some pressure for the first few minutes, once again, when the ball was in the Vulcan half, they're willing to send the bodies forward and make it uncomfortable for California to play out from the back.
Yeah, that was a beautiful block by Bravo on that far side. And, California thought they had the clear, but Bravo with a great side tackle, and here's Gribaldo coming in, puts a shot in. Unforeseen block, unintentional block by Herndon.
And the Vulcans just can't get out of their own end. Just the unrelenting pressure by the Cardinals, able to just win the ball back every time. Wojtovich unable to intercept that pass, but Landau able to win it for California as they win themselves a throw. Webb. Under pressure immediately is Cox Shakovich. A free kick won by Cox Shakovich after, once again, there's just so much pressure being applied that he's able to win the free kick. And then taken quickly by Morelli. Morelli able to ping it forward. Nice touch. And brought down in a bad area. Velvehi.
That might be a card.
He's brought to the ground, and the referee blew the whistle to stop the play. So, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it was card. It was a very late tackle. Velvey. It was able to get the touch, but it was Yusufu who just caught him underneath. And Velvey was able to get back up to his feet, and this is a free kick in a good spot here for California.
I thought it would be a card, but like you said, Sabe, not going to be a card. Yusufu just caught him on the looked like the ankle, the low ankle, just really awkwardly, and going to make sure the laces are double knotted before he takes this shot. And this is a prime scoring opportunity if California can execute here.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit further out than you would like if you're taking the free kick, but Dello sets up his wall. You have the left foot of Landau and the right foot of Velvehi standing over top of this free kick for California. Velvehi with the right. Just too much power. Just couldn't get it to dip quite down over the wall. And that one is going to sail away for a Cardinal goal kick. And another opportunity squandered by California.
Yeah, and, before you come up to those kinds of opportunities, you're thinking to yourself, you want to have that confidence. You're like, I can do this, and you can. It's just in the moment you might not be able to execute there, and that's kind of what that looked like right there.
Yeah, it was a decent power by Velvehi there, but just couldn't quite get it to dip back down after he got it over top of the wall. But Wheeling charging forward themselves. Vulcans winning it back and able to find the outlet, which is Yotto. Rifkin playing it into the channels for Espinosa to chase. Espinosa into the penalty box, trying to cross it in. Clipped back towards the far post. Header straight on net by Yotto, but into the hands of Dello. Good awareness. And the Vulcans applying more pressure here as they've had a couple decent opportunities in the last couple of minutes.
Still unable to solve the Rubik's Cube of Dello. He continues to amaze, and once again, another spectacular save. He's been on it tonight. He's been tested as well.
35:50 left to go here in regulation time. Yotto can't quite get ahead on it, but able to win the second ball. Some decent possession by Cal. So able to just hold on to it, and this gives Wheeling a little bit of time to send a couple players up the field, get their defensive line right. Morelli, Herndon, now over to Landau. The attackers for the Vulcans just not really finding enough space, so you see Wojtovich there just dropping very deep into his own half to just try to get on the ball. Nice carry into the half by the Vulcans, but I believe it was Capucha is going to get called for the foul after he brought down Timbrel on the far side.
And as a military-grade chopper flies over Phillipsburg Soccer Complex, Cardinals are looking to take the free kick, and they're going to send D'Lo out to kick this one deep.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to send a couple players forward there, just try to get some positional dominance in the attacking end of the field here for the Cardinals. Delo's free kick deep, won by Wojtovich. Second ball won. It's going to maybe fall into the path of Yado. Yado in a foot race with Yusufu, and Yusufu, and we talk about 6'3" in long strides, able to get back and able to clear it out of danger.
That was very dangerous. Almost backfired on Wheeling.
Nice ball to try to find Espinosa, but Espinosa just offside the run a little bit too early, as him and Yado just trying to link up here on the near side. And so the Vulcans getting some higher quality chances in the last couple of minutes. Like we talked about in the first half, they had a decent amount of shots, but none of them were really too testy for Delo. He made a couple of impressive clearances and a couple catches and saves and stuff, but nothing too spectacular. But so far in the second half, that California have really tried to turn it on as they're trying to claw back into this game.
Yeah, you can see that, Wheeling has been still very strong defensively, but the Vulcans are starting to pierce through that defense a little bit more, as the Cardinals are going to look to try to get some possession time of their own. Give D'Lo a little bit of a breather back there.
Yeah, Wheeling throw on the near side. Ball just sent into the box, trying to find Bravo. Webb able to come out and just rolls it straight ahead for Capucha to carry. And Capucha has a ton of room. But the pass, he had too much time on his hands and ended up not playing the correct pass. He was just trying to play that one up ahead. Morelli. Into Herndon. Herndon swarmed immediately, able to get the ball out under pressure. Landau now wide to Rifkin. Rifkin cutting back in, able to find Herndon.
Oh boy, look at this turnover.
Yeah, Kokshekovic gave it away. It's going to be Garbaldo into the box, brought down. Garbaldo told to get up by the referee.
Oh. You can see Coach Regan on that sideline not happy about that call. Tripped in the box. It was Garbaldo, and no call made by the official.
The referee saying the ball was cleanly won in the box, and it's one of those where if he was fouled, the referee maybe just didn't have the best view of the infraction, and the Vulcans potentially get away with one, as it's Wojtovich now cutting inside, just trying to get around a couple of players, but the ever-growing wall of defense by the Cardinals able to win it back.
Garbaldo forced a very key turnover just minutes ago. Started that rush for the Cardinals.
And it was Timbrell that time, maybe a bit too ambitious with the shot attempt, as he had some space, but it was quite far away. So we're now under 31 minutes left to go here in the second half. Wheeling still up 1-0 over the Vulcans in their opening match for both of these teams this season. Header won by California, but Yusufu right there once again. Vulcans win a throw on the far side. The Cardinals just swarm the Vulcans as they're just trying to work their way out, and they're going to turn the ball over once again. Here too, Wheeling. Garbaldo on this near side, double team sent his way. Garbaldo trying to work his way around the Vulcans, but the Vulcans that time able to stop him in his tracks. The ball left, and Yusufu, a bit of a dubious tackle as one of his players left it, and he wasn't quite in position to take care of it, and still great job at just recovering and doing so. Gribaldo now on the near side. Onside. A nice strong tackle by Landau, able to knock it out, but it's going to be a Wheeling throw.
That was a great job by Gribaldo to settle that ball down. It was coming pretty hard at him, and he was able to settle it down with his chest and feet and making sure he doesn't get the last touch. As we got a substitute coming in for Wheeling. It's looking like that's number 38, Antonio Hara Blackwood, who in that first half, he had a pretty respectable half, was creating a lot of opportunities for the Cardinals, both offensively and defensively.
He had a good run, 16 minutes in that first half for Hara Blackwood. As Morelli under pressure, just knocking it up the field. Header won, but at what cost, as Espinosa just took one right in the back of the head. Able to win a free kick for California.
Yeah, that might have had to do with the aggressiveness of Ivanov. He was playing very close to him and maybe just bumped his head just a little bit too much.
Yotto able to find Espinosa. Seems like every time the Vulcans have the ball in around this area, a couple players are in the way. Long distance shot, poked away. Good save by Dello. And able to knock that shot by Velvehe wide. It's another corner for California.
That was a really kind of awkward save for Dello. He was just point blank in the middle. He could have gone anywhere and just got enough of that ball to get it out of play, and pretty high implication corner kick for the Vulcans.
Espinosa to take towards the near post, headed away by the Cardinals. Wojtowicz sending it back in. A header just being flicked around. Cleared once again, but the Vulcans trying to send it back in, but Wheeling able to relieve the pressure, able to win a free kick, and that time it was Hara Blackwood able to stop the Vulcan attack.
Yeah, he was trying to settle that ball down as best he could. He just got bumped from behind, so really good effort by Hara Blackwood to make sure he stays in place, plays his ground, and able to win that free kick as Dello is going to take it once more.
Falls into the path of Hara Blackwood. His shot blocked and falls to the feet of Morelli. Rifkin.
Look at the wheels and tenacity of Hara Blackwood over there.
Yeah, it was Capucha just trying to work his way out. He said the attacker is doing some great defending so far here for Wheeling. Everyone chipping in. 26:40 left to play. Wheeling not willing to rest on their laurels quite yet. Still trying to push for a second. Nice ball to find Espinosa in the channel. Espinosa trying to work one-on-one, trying to find some space. He's able to get around a few defenders. Espinosa passing it off to Yotto. Yotto with the right. And Yotto slices it wide.
We got an injured Cardinal on the play. It's Henry Falcone. And I was watching him as the play was going on, and it looked like he was trying to reach for that ball while he was on the ground. I don't know if that's what caused the injury or if he was injured before that. And the 5'10 sophomore out of Venezuela is going to be getting checked on. 26:15 to play in this second half. And sort of one of the key pieces to this Cardinal defense as teams are going to go to the sideline and take a break.
Yeah, it looked like it was Espinosa who received that ball in the channel and he's able to get past Falcone, but Falcone just continued to try and jab at it. Maybe just got hurt. And it's a bit hot out, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe just cramping up a little bit. Nonetheless, I believe both teams coming out of this break are going to make some substitutions, but if you're the Vulcans, I'm not quite sure what you talk about here in in this huddle with 26:15 left if you're Coach Sabich.
Yeah, they really have not been able to solve. I mean, even if they get past the defense, D'Lo has been automatic in the net. He knows where to go. He's been anticipating the Vulcan shots very nicely, and he's able to get just the right amount of touch on that ball to direct it away. Hasn't had the butterfingers in net, and he's been solid.
Yeah, so far has faced 10 shots, has 4 saves. The 4 shots on target for the Vulcans have all been saved by D'Lo.
And, you know, for me, someone who really really into, like, hockey, and, you know, you see the amount of shots they take, and it's usually up in the 30s. So when I look at a soccer game and I see 4 shots, I'm like, oh, that's nothing. But I'm watching the game, and they're high-quality shots. You know, in soccer, you don't get a whole lot of those opportunities, so you got to make the most of it. And the Vulcans have been trying, but D'Lo has been on it.
After Falcone is able to make his way off the field, play resumes. Sufu able to clear the ball up the field. Hera Blackwood just trying to play 1-2. Another member of the Cardinals, but the Vulcans able to sniff it out. Strong touch that time by David Johnson, for the Vulcans, who got substituted on.
Try to pull a move there. Good read by, looks like, Ledoux for the Vulcans. Landau.
Ball sent into the channel. Jansen able to get a head on it. It's going to be Robson just trying to give chase. The Vulcans trying to recycle. Ball clipped into the box. A touch on it by Janssen, but it was Dello once again quick off his line and able to just hop on top of it.
It almost looked like the Cardinals didn't really know what they wanted to do, if they wanted to let Dello handle it or if they wanted the defender to handle it. But they had to make a quick decision. Wojtovich was right there ready to put it in.
Some good communication by the defense and the goalkeeper of Wheeling, able to just sort that one out as Gerbaldo wins a free kick in Vulcan territory, and it's another one where it's a bit far out, but it's a good angle to just float one into the box and just try to find a head of a member of the Cardinals.
They're going to have Marty Najee take this one.
Left foot into the box, just not enough on it. The Vulcans able to clear that one away. Chitani for the Cardinals just sees that one out of play. Cardinal throw. Morelli able to head the second ball away. Hera Blackwood again just being relentless in the attack, with the Vulcans, after getting fouled, take the quick free kick. 23-23 left to go. Still 1-0 Wheeling after that first half goal by Bjarkren.
And it was a beautiful goal at that. If you didn't tune in, it was off a corner kick, and kind of earlier in that first half. Was able to get very nice vertical, and he just headed that one right past Webb.
Johnson. Rifkin, left foot into the box, and once again, too close to Dello. Just great presence and great command of his area, able to just come out, hop on top of it, and when you have a confident keeper like that, It allows your defense to feel so much better just because you know you have a guy back there that knows when to come out and when to make the best decision. And so far he's done great here for Wheeling.
And you're watching him play. You think he's a senior. He's only a sophomore. And he's played very, very nicely, very maturely for this Wheeling squad. Doing a great job at backstopping the Cardinal defense as California is going to make some substitutions. And the Cardinals as well.
Yeah, for the Vulcans, it looks like the 2 substitutions they've already made in this game. Number 11, Chico Ichimiya, and number 26, Mauricio Montenegro Flores. I believe both checked back into the game here for California. A couple of attacking substitutions for the Vulcans as they're trying to maybe just go against these tired legs of Wheeling, and
they haven't made a whole lot of defensive substitutions. As here's an opportunity here.
Robson into the box, byline cross all the way, and is able to find.
Great defensive stop by number 21. So Kudakwashi Chidani making a good step up there to block off the Vulcan lane. We have another stoppage.
As it looks like it's going to be an injured Vulcan this time, as number 16, Jaime Marcelo Espinoza, a little bit slow to get up. The referee stopped the play, but looks like not only is he already, it looks like he also lost his shin guard in the process somewhere along the line.
Probably the most valuable piece of equipment for any soccer player. Obviously, you need the cleats, but if you don't got those shin guards, you're going to be in a lot of pain.
Something interesting in this game so far. Number 8 for the Vulcans, Velvahi, the freshman out of Mataro, Spain, 5 shots in this game for California with 2 on goal, accounting for half of the Vulcan attack so far. And in his first game here at Cal, he's really showing up a little bit. Just hasn't been able to find the back of the net quite yet.
Yeah, because these freshmen, you know, this is the first game, obviously, but you know, these freshmen are trying to make a point here. You know, they're trying to make their minutes matter as much as they can while they're on the pitch. And, you know, we've seen it with him. And we've seen it with Hera Blackwood for the Cardinals. Anything they can to make sure the coach is noticing them. But you got to be careful. You got to make sure you're playing as a team, though. You got to put the team before your own individual play.
As we now take down under 20 minutes left to go. Wheeling Cardinals 1, California Vulcans nothing. As the Vulcans continue to push on to try to find an equalizer.
Great bump off by Moewa.
A nice breeze now blowing in. Morelli. Capucha on the far side. Ball played in towards Espinoza, who's dropped a little bit deeper. He's playing as a forward, but now kind of dropping in towards the midfield a little bit, just trying to provide some extra support for the Vulcans and the Cardinals. After the Vulcan turnover, just trying to find something in transition, but blocked away that time by Montenegro Flores out of play.
3 substitutions now for the Cardinals.
Very difficult to get the numbers on them. They don't have the number in the chest. They have it on the right pant leg.
Number 13.
Falch.
I see is one of them.
Yeah, defensive change as well. They took out Mawawa. Looks like they put in number 21. That was Chidani. Made a very key defensive stop.
Substitutions, Hayden Johnson comes into the game, as well as Jordan Taylor, Lucas Yoshikan, and Johannes Hagerud all check into the game here for Wheeling. And the substitution for California, Malachi Herndon comes back on in place of Aloy Velvahi. 17:45 left to go here in this game, and California still looking for any sort of hope here to try to get back in the game. Trying to find some sort of link up on the far side between Jensen and Espinosa, but just nothing going so far for California. Wheeling just have been so defensively solid in this game.
Extremely solid. They've let up a lot of shots, but it doesn't matter whenever they're blocking the passing lanes a lot, and the shots that they do have, really, I mean, they have been high quality, but not a lot of them.
Crossfield ball. The header won by the Vulcans, but the Cardinals able to clear. Cox Shakovich with the throw. Herndon just trying to play it into the path. It's going to be Espinosa with a bit of space, working out towards the left side, playing it out wide. Cross into the box, and the header by the Vulcans finds the back of the net. Mauricio Montenegro Flores makes his mark. The freshman from Atepec, Mexico, out of nowhere, equalizes for the Vulcans with just over 16 minutes left to go.
Wow, that really just came out of nothing, and they caught the Cardinal defense off guard. They thought it was just going to be another one of those standard crossovers, but a great job to get it over to Flores. And he puts it into the back of the net, tying this one up in the 16th minute.
Yeah, and
well, the second half.
Huge credit to Coach Sabich, because two substitutes linking up for that one. Number 11, Shiko Ichimiya with the cross in. And it was Mauricio Montenegro Flores with the header. And it seems like kind of against the run of play, even though they've had their chances in the second half, it's been all Wheeling. They've seemed to have some control, but the Vulcans able to claw back, did not give up, and are able to equalize. And with 16 minutes left, both teams now looking to find a way to win this game.
And, now the game plan has shifted for Wheeling. They've been more defensive-minded. I mean, they've been looking for those chances, but they haven't been trying to take them. They've been very conservative and just letting California do what they need to do. But now they got to play a lot of offense and get a little bit more of a balanced attack.
It seems like so far the Vulcans in the second half have done pretty well defensively, have not given up too many chances to Wheeling. The Vulcans have definitely found a different gear in the second half. I won't say they're quite fully there yet, but they've definitely played a lot better in the second half, but still a lot of time left to play. Morelli unable to get the tackle. That's Taylor just prancing all across the field. It's a great job carrying the ball. Now the Cardinals, it seemed like they have the game in their back pocket of now trying to scramble a little bit to try to find a way to get a winner here in the last 15 minutes.
And let us not forget the last time these two teams met. I believe it was, what did you say, 2018? Came up with a tie, double overtime. We don't do that too much here anymore.
Yeah, there's no more overtime. So the game, if it remains this way, will end in a tie. But like I said, 2018 was the last time these two teams played. But since 2008, the Vulcans have won 6 games, lost 2, They've drawn 1-2 Wheeling, so the Vulcans have kind of had Wheeling's number, but like we said, it's been 6 years since these two teams have played.
That's a whole graduating class of a difference, and then some.
Yeah, a substitute for California, number 7, Derek Reyes, coming into the game here for the Vulcans. There's a Vulcan down on the ground on the far side. It's Jaime Marcelo Espinosa again. We saw him down a couple of minutes ago here on the near side, and now he's pulled up a little bit on the far side, and it looks like having a bit of cramps is one of his players just helping him stretch out a little bit. And
yeah, it looked like he was stretching during the play and was still going. Coach Regan a little fired up about that. Referee is trying to explain his side, why things happened the way it did. 14:29 to play in this second half, and we're all tied up, so every second is precious.
yeah, it looks like everyone's back on their feet. The Vulcans had to make a substitution. McCoy checks back into the game as Espinosa will go back to the bench. So 2 fresh forwards now on the field for the Vulcans for the last 14 and a half minutes. The Vulcans waiting for the go-ahead. The Cardinals are waiting for the go-ahead to take this free kick.
It'll be even off. Back in the defensive zone. Quick substitution for the Cardinals. Out is Hera Blackwood. And into the game, number 7, Alonzo Martinez, a freshman out of Lagarasan, Spain. My apologies for the butcher.
And also in that time as well, number 8 for the Vulcans, Aloy Velvei, checked back into the game for California as well.
You can just see the intensity just take a huge spike up for the Vulcans.
And you can see the Vulcan bench really thriving and excited about this new jolt, just because it seemed like for a bit they seemed a little dead in the water. It wasn't exactly like they were out of this game by any means, but it just seemed like they lacked the gusto to just try to move forward. But that goal has really invigorated them. And like we said, 13 and some change left to go here in this game, and it's really anyone's for the taking.
Cardinals are trying to find the right hole throughout the Vulcan defense, but they turn it over. Oh, what a beautiful touch from behind, but goes out of play.
And Montenegro Flores, the goal scorer, here on the near side with taking the throw. Trying to find Reyes. Cleared to Morelli. Herndon playing into space. Good clearance away by Scott. Another throw. Header won by the Vulcans, and Reyes trying to run onto it. And Reyes trying to get around the defender, but he's going to do so in an illegal fashion, just holding back his defender. Free kick for Wheeling.
D'Lo will take this one in his own box. Kick it short to Ivanov.
Yeah, the Vulcans just upping the intensity, just trying to press and win the ball back inside of the Wheeling half, but Wheeling able to break the press.
Oh, that's going to be an offside.
It was a great ball by Yusufu, but player just offside. And
He would have had him beat too, but those are the rules. You got to play like them.
So we're now under 12 minutes to go. Webb sending the troops forward as he takes this free kick. Header won by the Cardinals, but into the path of Reyes. Reyes now here in the near side corner. Back to Landau. Morelli now in the middle of the field. Herndon. Vulcans doing pretty well just with possession of the ball, trying to play it into the corner, but great defending on the far side, but by Chitani. It's McCoy now working past the defender, but just misses that one out of play. Chitani with the throw. The Vulcans win it right back. McCoy rests, just going all out. That means winning a free kick there on the far side, right next to the Vulcan bench.
We got some, I think, some words being exchanged by Cardinal defensive player and look like number 22, Corey McCoy.
Yeah, I think McCoy and Yusufu exchanging a few words, and Yusufu's on a yellow card here, so can't really afford to let McCoy get to his header because he'll be out of the game.
And we've called his name a bunch tonight. He's been
all over the place.
Arguably the top defender for this Cardinal squad, the 6'3" redshirt freshman out of Toronto, Ontario.
And the Vulcans have the troops march forward. McCoy's in the box, 6'3". You got Morelli in the box, 6'4". So the Vulcans send the big boys up, and the free kick. So just right on the line out there, right next to the Vulcan bench. It's going to be Landau to take it here for California. Or excuse me, it's going to be Velvehi taking it for the Vulcans. Velvehi with a line drive blocked by Wheeling. Velvehi trying to get past his man, able to do so. Great feet, but just loses his balance. And the Vulcans just trying to keep the swarm away. But the Cardinals able to get it, and the Cardinals now in transition have some numbers, but the ball too close to Herndon, able to cut it out. But Wheeling keep on chugging along.
Too long of a pass. He tried to lead his man on the far side, and Vulcans are going to throw it in on the near side.
Yeah, just too much on the pass, and the Vulcans able to get away with it. But you saw once Wheeling were able to get the ball back, they transition with numbers, and the Vulcans got to be careful that they don't leave themselves exposed at the back here. So we're now under 10 with 9.5 left to play.
Clock's still ticking. As Webb's going to handle the goal kick.
Yeah, Webb briefly considered playing it short, but looks like the team is going to be sent up the field, trying to find Reyes, headed away by Wheeling. But McCoy comes down with the ball, just trying to work through a few of the Cardinals defenders, but as they slice that one out of play. It's going to be Bellamy, Cox, Sheikovic giving the throw off to Montenegro Flores. Reyes flicks it on, but cleared away once again by the Cardinals.
Cardinals are wanting a call for that. He hit him from behind while he was trying to head it. No call made. They play on.
Ball kind of sliced a little bit into the chest of Herndon. Herndon able to clear it, and Herndon taken down in the middle of the field. And the referee blows the whistle because it looks a card will be brandished, number 28, Hayden Johnson.
Yeah, he is not doing well on the and it was clearly accidental. It was just in the
just a high foot late.
in the heat of play and hit him right in the nose.
Johnson, the sophomore out of Beckley, West Virginia, will be the third person card in this game. All 3 yellow cards on the side of the Cardinals. 1 for Yusufu, 1 for Falcone, and now 1 for Johnson. And like we said, Herndon's down, and he's in a lot of pain. But that stops the clock with 8:19 left to play. California 1, Wheeling 1. The referees maybe potentially talking it over to see how dangerous the infraction is. I assumed it was just a yellow card, but maybe talking it over to see if it should be something more than that. But looks like the referees have concluded their talks.
And he's in a lot of pain down there. It looks like they're...
Actually, the referee changes his mind. It's a red card, a straight red given out to Hayden Johnson. Completely, I think after the discussion with the linesman on the near side, the referee decided it's going to be a red card. So now the Cardinals are down to 10 men for the last 8 minutes of the game. I can understand it. I can understand the decision. It's a very high kick. It's a dangerous play. It was late. I don't like you said. I don't think it was intentional, but nonetheless, it's going to be a red card for Wheeling. Now they're down to 10 men as Herndon has gone from the laying down position to sitting up now, and he said maybe because of where it hit him, because it seemed like it was in and around the head area, that maybe that's why the referees have taken such a harsh punishment to this.
Another reason, there's blood. There's blood coming out of it. I don't want to be too graphic, but I think that was another big reason why that was the case. That was the decision. I really hope he's going to be okay. It looks like he's going to be okay. They're just now getting him up.
Yeah, able to get to his feet, thankfully, and hopefully he's able to walk off the field on his own accord, because he's played a lot this game. He started the game, Herndon, 74 minutes so far, has really been a big factor. Kind of just playing that defensive midfielder role, playing right in front of the defense, just trying to transition the ball to give it to the attacking players for California. But after he makes his way off the field, like we said, Wheeling now down to 10 men, so California have a full man advantage for the last 8:19 left in this game. And if you're the Vulcans, you got to make the most of this. Like, this is prime opportunity as Herndon is now able to walk his way off the field.
So they have to play with 10 men.
Yeah, for the rest of the game, because of the red card, the Vulcans have a man advantage for the rest of the game.
I was not aware of that. Wow, that's crucial. That's detrimental. And this Wheeling team's been very good defensively, but obviously that was whenever they had the 11th guy out there. But
yeah, the only silver lining in this for Wheeling is that since this has come pretty late in the game, they don't have to go a ton of time defending like this, because if you were going 30, 40 minutes with a red card on your team, you're getting tired, just because it's so hard. It's so hard to maintain a one-player deficit without just getting exhausted, because the other team just has so much control of the ball, and it's so hard to just win it back, and it's so hard to keep it, and the team just keeps on attacking. But since it's only 8 minutes left, maybe you'll see a couple of defensive substitutions here from Wheeling to just try and hold out for the last 8 minutes.
So now the focus goes for Wheeling, instead of going for a balanced approach to try to get that last goal, it's really just going to be all defense now. I don't think they can really afford to try to be aggressive here.
Yeah, if you see an opportunity, if you're willing, you should take it. But for the most part, you don't want to be too aggressive. As the Vulcans can do this, they have the numbers. As McCoy now down the left-hand side, cross into the box. Montenegro Flores in the area, but Delo able to come out and claim that ball for himself.
A couple shaking up cards on the play as the goalie and looked like Ivanov collided as Delo went up to catch that ball.
Yeah, Delo doing as much as he can to waste as much time as possible if you're the Cardinals to just see this game through. So if you ever see him get the ball from now until the end of the game, he is going to hold on to it as much as possible and take as much time to get it out. As the Vulcans look to make a substitution, number 7 for California is going to make his way off, Derek Reyes. And number 27 for the Vulcans, Cooper Robson.
And looked like another one as well. Number 11. It's Shiko Ichimiya, who got the assist on the game-tying goal off of a beautiful cross.
We've seen 2 headed goals here tonight. And the Vulcans looking for something extra here with now just over 7 minutes left to play. Jamia, nice quick feed, able to just steal it away and keep it in play. Nice footwork there by the senior out of Tokyo. Montenegro Flores able to maintain possession. This is when it's just really hard if you're willing. It's just the Vulcans always have an extra man, so it's just going to seem like you're chasing ghosts sometimes where you're just running all over the field and you can't just get a grasp on it. And the Vulcans doing well to just keep possession of the ball, not giving it away cheaply, and just getting the ball into these wide areas where you have the advantage.
And the Vulcans, they have to realize though, just because they got that man advantage, they can't play around with it, because Wheeling's still very hungry, and looks like California's really just been in their own end for the first part of this man advantage.
Yeah, but they've been Wheeling have really been tenacious. They've, like you just said, they forced the Vulcans all the way back to their keeper. But California has had a lot of possession after the red card, but it's been in and around this area with the defense, right around the midfield. It's Espinosa on the ball. He came in for the injured Herden. Crossfield ball by Kokshakovic. Just a bit too direct and ends up into the hands of Delo.
Now, John, is there what is the time frame that the goalie can hold on to that ball?
Not super long. A player will, like a referee, will tell a goalie to get on with it, and if he holds it for too long, as deemed by the referee, he'll give him a yellow card for wasting time. But
okay.
He's gonna hold it for an extra second or two every time he gets it. Just like I said, now we're just approaching the 5-minute mark remaining, and they're gonna do everything they can to just hold the Vulcans off here. Ichimiya. The Vulcans able to win it off the Cardinal turnover. Montenegro Flores down the right-hand side. Flores into the box, trying to find a man, and Wheeling doing just enough to clear it away.
He had so much time and space because of that man advantage, and he beat the defender as well, had it crossed over, just couldn't finish it off.
Great piece of skill to break free just for a couple moments there for Wheeling, as they're able to win a free kick, and it's number 7 for them. Alonzo Martinez just able to alleviate some of this pressure, able to get themselves out from being pinned so far back. It looks like both teams looking to make another substitution here after this free kick.
Wheeling's still trying to take as much time as they can with this free kick and send it as far into Vulcan territory as possible.
And clipped into the box, and it could fall to the feet of a Cardinal, but it's going to get cleared by McCoy. Jamia back, cleared away once again with the Vulcans with possession. The Vulcans looking to attack.
And a takedown, no call made for either side.
Yeah, very aggressive play
Violence.
in this game is WWE SmackDown in the middle of the field.
A little attitude adjustment in center field and a call against the Vulcans.
Yeah, it looks like a shove in the back. And this is, if you're Wheeling, this is a golden opportunity just because set pieces don't entirely rely on the amount of men you have, but like we already saw it happen once already. If you just have a good set piece, you can find a goal. And if you're Wheeling, this is where you need to take the chance. If you can put it in the back of the net, we're out now under 3 minutes left. Free kick sent in the box, header cleared away by the Vulcans. But Wheeling still with possession, still with a few men forward. Cross into the far post. Header won. But out of play. Clock's going to stop. 3 substitutions, 2 by the Vulcans and 1 by Wheeling.
Martinez was the one getting the header on that. He did a good job getting himself into that position to do that. Just even better defensive effort by the Vulcans to make sure that wasn't on net. But this is crucial for the Vulcans. You know, they know they're up a man, but Wheeling's playing like they're not. They're still even strength, but you know, this is where California really needs to start taking some chances and, you know, push the ball up and down instead of side to side.
Yeah, they made 2 more attacking substitutions as Wojtovich and Olsen come onto the field for the Vulcans for the last 2 minutes. It's do or die time here for either team. Robson into the corner, cross into the box. The header saved by D'Lo on a silver platter. It was Olsen the substitute, and a great save by D'Lo.
Oh my goodness, he was going the other way too, and he just got the hands down. What a stop by Daniel D'Lo.
Another cross into the box, and D'Lo comes out, and he's gonna fall on top of it. And like we said, he's gonna take his time here, getting rid of this ball.
Honestly, he needs a little bit of a breather too, so I don't even blame him.
Yeah, he deserves it. Now we're approaching 1 minute remaining. Olsen trying to block.
1 minute.
Montenegro Flores just kicking it up towards the midfield. Yusufu able to clear this one away. Do Wheeling have something in their back pocket? Can Wheeling find a chance to strike here? Wheeling with a chance as they're able to get themselves down the right-hand side of the cross. Blocked away, landing at the feet of a Cardinal. Morelli able to get there, able to clear that one away. The Vulcans have some numbers if they can find them. They have an overload on that far side. Espinosa chipping it into the box. Touch brought down by Robson. Wojtovich now. Wojtovich looking to find the angle. The cross into the box, but straight into the hands of D'Lo. 18 seconds left, and that might just be it as D'Lo boots it up the field. Morelli's header. It's going to make its way out of bounds, and I think that's going to be it unless somehow miraculously the Cardinals can get a shot off, but that's going to be it. And
wow.
An exhilarating last 15 minutes of this game. And just like everything in soccer, it always ends in a tie.
Always
ends in a tie, and that is the final here at the Phillipsburg Soccer Complex. Peyton, any final thoughts?
It's been a while since I've watched a soccer match, especially it being collegiate, but both these teams playing absolutely spectacular. You know, we saw the great defensive effort from Wheeling really just all game, and honestly, it locked it down even more so whenever they got that red card. But the Vulcans also playing a spectacular game. Both teams taking advantage of the corner header strategy, and two teams, not going to win, not going to lose, just perfectly matched, and it's going to end in a tie.
Yeah, from everyone here at CUTV, thank you very much for watching. From our director, Gary Smith, from my broadcast partner, Peyton Trollinger, my name is Jonathan Sape. Your final score, California 1, Wheeling 1. Thank you all very much for watching, and good night, California.